So I went fishing. Kind of. And it did not end well. A couple of my friends were moving away to another city, so we, as a friend group, all decided to do one last hurrah for their big move. And by hurrah, my friend Mark suggested we should all go deep sea fishing. Not much of a celebration, but it works out, I guess. Oh, and this is Levi. You'll know why I mentioned him later. After an hour-long explanation from Mark about fishing, I delusionally started to believe that I was a pro at it. My approach for this disaster of a trip was, if you put your mind to it, you can do anything. And we all know 99.9% of the time that mindset works for every scenario. Not to flex or anything, but I've won a lot of Go Fish games back in my day. I paid money for this. But not as much as I paid my team to animate this. So make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel because it'll help us out a ton! Who fishes at 5 AM in the gosh darn morning? What are we? CEOs of a multi-billion-dollar company? In case you haven't noticed by the invitation, it was an hour drive to the fishing site. So, according to my calculations, that meant I had to wake up and get ready at 3:30, start driving at 4, and hop on the boat at 5. The sun was still asleep when we got there, my dudes. I feel nothing. The boat we were on was small and rickety. It didn't help that the waves that day were kinda rough, so it was almost impossible to stand up without balancing. We stopped at a fishing spot and it was just us and the ocean. Something I've discovered recently about myself that I have a slight fear of the ocean. I know, ironic, but hear me out. This fear started when I went kayaking with friends some months ago. I was cruising and doing my own thing until BAM! Something like a UFO freaking zoomed underneath my kayak and I went freaking ballistic. I wasn't even that far from the shore, but you know I was paddling like my life depended on it. It turned out that the UFO that I saw was a stingray. The thing is, I'm not afraid of stingrays. When I look at stingrays, I'm like, okay, that's a stingray. But I'm not afraid of looking at this per se. I'm a beach girl, alright? Hot girl summer is my jam. No. I'm afraid of this. Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, there's just something about not knowing what's down there in the deep and vast unknown. The fact that we've only explored 5% of the ocean? Who knows what could be down there? You can just like keep going and going. When will it ever end? It's just never ending. It's all infinite. Like how the universe is infinite. Ugh. I don't feel so good. Bless Mark, because we all flocked to him like rabid seagulls since he was the only one who brought seasickness tablets. I took one and tried to gaslight myself into thinking that was fine. That it's all mind over matter. It's all in my head. The ocean is bluer on the other side. Just standing up on this boat without me doing much of anything already had me spent. I plopped onto a seat and closed my eyes, trying to conserve as much energy as possible. Maybe if I just sit still for 10 minutes, I'll be fine, I thought to myself. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Oh shit! Then I smelt it. The putrid stench of fish guts. Guys, I wanted to cry. Hindsight 2020, I forgot that I hate fish. My least favorite meat in this whole entire planet is fish. Why was I here catching fish when a fish bone almost killed me at 11 years old? Oh, the trauma. My stomach started to freaking do the flips while my mouth began to water. I ran to the side of the boat and clung to the railing for dear life. You know the feeling when you're at the brink of throwing up, but nothing would come out, so you're just waiting for the moment when you finally let it all. Oh my. Good. Levi and I, we were just gone. The fishermen who were teaching the others how to fish noticed our pathetic state. Levi and I stumbled into the cabin and just unalive ourselves right then and there on the benches. What time do we get back on land? 10. What time is it now? 6. Screw pride, screw whatever dignity I had left. I will happily knock myself out for the rest of this trip. But no, I still have a goal. I can't just not fish on a fishing trip. I refuse to be a walking irony. Or a swimming irony in this case, cause I paid money for this. After napping for a couple of hours, I emerged out of the cabin and found everyone having a huge sleepover on the deck. I grabbed a fishing pole and stumbled towards one of the fishermen, let's name him Willie, and asked him if he could teach me how to fish. I know, I got too cocky at the beginning there, but how do you expect me to be humble about it when she's a level 10 fishing prodigy in Stardew Valley? Anyway, Fisherman Willie was pretty enthusiastic in helping me get started. I threw in my line and within a matter of minutes, I got a tug. That woke me up. I was ecstatic. This was gonna be my first catch of the day. But one little small problem here. How come no one told me I needed an ungodly amount of wrist strength? I didn't expect to get carpal tunnel after catching one fish. These are my moneymakers. I can't afford to lose these. It wasn't like in the movies at all. So there was me, breaking my back and my wrist especially, as I reeled this scaly animal in. Like, who does this fish think it is? Fighting for its life like it's no one's business? I paid money for this. From behind, I could hear Fisherman Willie encouraging me to keep going, which was nice and all, you know. But, another one little small problem here. Just a tiny problem, you know? Like, I'm just asking for the bare minimum, okay? Bare minimum. You know, it would have been a lot nicer and appropriate if his hand wasn't touching my thigh! You're kidding me, right? What's going on here? I know that I'm a catch, but this is getting ridiculous. Here I was, wrestling with a fish whose will to live is greater than mine, while a grubby 50-year-old man's hand is somewhere where it shouldn't be. I reeled the stupid fish in, and it was apparently young, so I had to let it go. Let me ask you this question. What is the point of life? You think I would make the choice to stop fishing, right? You would think I would go, oh nah, I ain't about this life, chief. And leave that weird situation, right? No. I paid money for this. Plus, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. There were just a lot of things going through my head at that moment, okay? Thoughts such as, maybe if I step out of the side, surely he wouldn't do the same thing. I probably was in the wrong position or whatever. It was probably an accident too, so maybe, you know, it's no big deal. It could have been a lot worse. It indeed get worse. Sparing you all the unnecessary details, I want to just remind everyone that if you have a gut feeling that something is wrong, even for just a tiny moment, you should definitely listen to it. And for all those who think that, oh, it's your fault, Alex, like, why didn't you just stop fishing? No, we're not going to be doing that today, all right? There's no shame in misjudging a scenario because the last thing you'd expect to happen to you on a fishing trip or any environment is to get harassed by someone. I'm not asking for a lot, okay? I'm literally asking for the bare minimum. Once I came to realize that I did not trust this man, even though he meant well at the start, I just noped out of there before you could even say abandon ship. I eventually found out that I wasn't the only girl who he was touching inappropriately. Oh, ew. Made me throw up in the boat one last time before piecing out with the fishes we caught. Levi coined that day Hell on Earth, which I thought was very fitting. Mark said that he'll stick to land fishing, and as for me, I decided to monetize this experience in hopes to get my money's worth because I paid for it. It was not worth it. And yeah, and I want to tell you guys that I went fishing. Well, not really. Fishing is the worst. But you know what's worse than fishing? Fishing! With a PH. A lot of you may know that my channel got hacked recently by some crypto scammer, and it was not fun to almost lose everything. So, what is phishing? To put it simply, I'll be using my own phishing analogy. The hackers are the fishers trying to bait you, the vulnerable and oblivious fish, to give away your usernames and passwords by sending you imposter links and emails. This is where I got baited, unfortunately. I was literally a fish out of water, and one hard lesson I learned from my experience is that you can't put a price on safety. So that's why I partnered up with NordVPN for today's video. With NordVPN, you can take your cybersecurity to the next level with their threat protection tool. This all-new feature protects you from malware, trackers, and even intrusive ads. Simply boot up NordVPN and you can finally kiss all your cyber worries goodbye and say hello to 2 years of privacy and security no matter what you do on the internet. But that's not all. You can secure up to 6 devices with a single account while enjoying a fast and stable connection wherever you go. Can't watch that one show since it's not available in your country and you're too broke to travel? NordVPN will take you there via their trusty servers. Download NordVPN today by using my link in the description below. That's nordvpn.com/alexscorner and get this exclusive deal of a 2-year plan and 4 additional months for free. And if you think this isn't for you, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so don't be afraid to give it a try. If you're thinking of protecting yourself on the internet, click on the link below since it would really help the channel out. It would show NordVPN that this channel is worth sponsoring again. So help your girl out if you can. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. I'm really grateful to have my channel back. Happy fishing and good luck trying not to get fished out there because you might need it.